What we call a this date only. So today's the day to make sure that you get all of your cleaning needs met. This is the SuperFast Max Concentrated Drain Powder. This is a 2-pack. So probably the dirtiest place in your home is in your drains. It's the one thing you don't see, but you know it's gonna be a problem when you step into your shower or your tub and it's slow moving or completely clogged all together. Today only, you're gonna get the 2-pack, 2 of the 12-ounce bottles today for $39.95. This is 48 applications that you're gonna be able to do. It not only opens up your drains, it's also gonna clean it. Whether it's slow, it's clogged, hair, grease, oil, doesn't make a difference. It's going to address it. Now, normally, one of these on hsn.com is $42 a piece. So you cannot even get this normally one for this price that you're getting a 2-pack today. Again, expires at midnight. I don't want you to try to put in this item number tomorrow at this time and get this. This, when I said, Amos, probably the dirtiest place in our house is in our drains and we don't see it. If we could go in there, it's pretty gross.
It's pretty gross. It's a bad thing. The dirtiest place in your whole house is the drain line of the inside of your kitchen sink. There's about 500,000 particles of bacteria per square inch. Think of how many times you're washing your hands every day right now. You know, there's an excessive amount of lotions and potions in the consumer products. But let me show you this. 48 applications. So I've got a cup of hot water. I put an application in there, and you pour that right down your drain line. That's how easy it is. So there's about 6 to 8 ounces of our SuperFast Max. This is SuperFast Max. And if you're conscious of your dollars, you're going to want to get this powder because all you have to do is mix it and you get the value. So I've poured that right down the drain line. SuperFast Max has an accelerated formula. What that means to use, it works on contact. You see how fast that works? SuperFast turns your hair into foam. It turns your food into foam. All your grease and oil turn to foam. That's called saponify. That's the dynamic way that it works, turning everything in the drain line into foam. Now, you let that break down. You give it about 10 minutes to break down. You hear your drain lines burping and gurgling and ultimately making that suction sound that when something goes down the drain line. That's what you want to hear when something goes down the drain line. Now, we've been out to the local home stores and the depots, and when you're buying consumer products, you got to be careful because if you use a product like this, you're doing more damage than good. I'm going to use this red one. Products like these, if you read the ingredients, products like these contain acid, bleach, ammonia. There's animal fats in there that this will really deteriorate the inside of your drain line before it even touches the clog. So they tell you to pour half that bottle down the drain line. I'm going to put about as much as I can fit down the test tube number 2. Oh my goodness, look, I'm pouring all those chemicals down there. Oh, that's so much chemicals in your drain line. But I want you to stop and take a look. 90% of those chemicals trickle, they ooze, they gooze right past the clog. They end up down here at that curve unit. Tina, that curve unit's called a trap. That's designed to hold fluids so odors don't come back up and permeate through your house, but the chemicals are sitting there, and guess what? The chemicals are sitting there building heats of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Your pipes aren't bulletproof. They're not made to get that hot. So I want to give that a minute and come right back. We're going to see if anything happened with all that heat and all those chemicals. But don't wink, you're going to miss it because our SuperFast Max is designed to work on contact. I want you to count to yourself right now, how long does it take for this proprietary formula to activate and go to work to break down last month's food, last year's food, and so on and so forth. You let the product do the work. My dad is Professor Amos. He taught me growing up. He said, son, above all things, let the product do the work so you don't have to. I want you to work smarter, no harder. So what that means to you is no need to grab the plunger and start putting all the wear and tear, or the snake. You know, you ever use a snake? You're grinding at the inside of your drain lines. Forget about it. Let the product do the work. Give it 10 minutes, and then you'll flush your lines with hot water. But right back. Okay, here we go. You should know that when our formula comes in contact with your clog, anything in your line that's oil by turns into foam. We call that saponify. That's a dynamic way that it works. It turns everything in the drain into foam. Absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it. This formulation that my dad has generated is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, right back to test tube number 2. I'm going to go. Well, okay, I got to explain what's happening here. They tell you don't mix chemicals. If you read the back of this bottle, you can have a bad reaction. You can have an explosion. You can get hurt. Use our proprietary formula, our SuperFast, because this is innovative. There's no acid. There's no ammonia. There's no animal fats. There's no soaps in here. So it doesn't it doesn't make the explosion in your drain line. That's a toxic reaction. But it gets right through the acid with that accelerated formula. It gets right through the ammonia. It gets right through the bleach with that accelerated formula. It starts to work on contact, breaking down last month's food, last year's food, and so on and so forth. It's breaking it all down into foam. There's your cleaning. There's your degreasing technology. Tina, you got to know this right now. What we have here, our SuperFast Max, is not a drain opener. This is different. This is a drain cleaner. What that means to you is it opens the drain line and it cleans that drain line where there's nothing sticky or oily left behind. Now, what I want to do right now, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this for you so you can see the end result, because I got to paint the perfect picture for you. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this drain line for you so you can see all the grease and oils have been suspended free from the inside of your drain line, and they pass. Everything passes inevitably right through the drain line. Squeaky clean on the inside of those pipes. I love it. I love it. Now, test tube number 2, I'm going to go and do it one more time if you missed it. I'm just going to rinse that pipe, and you'll see that everything was suspended from the inside of the drain line, and it passes right through. I mean, the food, the bugs, the critters, the hair, you know, when it's been broke down, it'll all pass through that drain line, and look at it go. Look at it go. That's a gusher. It's gone.
You know, the crew here, Amos, always makes fun of me because one time when we were presenting, I said, you know, there'll be that piece of corn from Thanksgiving, you know, 2004 still in your drain. And everybody's made fun of me for saying that, but that's real life.
Yeah.
What gets stuck down in there and kind of like harden in there. When I said it's probably the dirtiest part of your house and you don't ever think about it, you will when you have to call a plumber, right? And having somebody come to your house and to step foot into your house. I haven't even gone to see the drain yet. You're looking at over $100 just for them to be there. This is having it available, 24 applications, whether it's slow moving, maintenance, or you've got the problem already. This is gonna come in. And I wanna remind you, if you went to hsn.com, $42 for one of these. We're getting a 2-pack for under $40. You're getting both of these. These are 12-ounce bottles, so this turns out to be 48 applications once you have a 2-pack of this. And Amos, you're just about to show me the yuck.
This is important. This is important. You said, what's the dirtiest place in your whole house? Well, here it is. This is the inside of the drain line of your kitchen sink. There's 500,000 particles of bacteria per square inch. Look at the bugs, the critters. You know, if you don't eliminate the grease and oil in your drain line, that's a food source for bugs and critters. Eliminate the food source. Use our proprietary formula, our SuperFast Max, to break down last week's food, last month's food, even last year's food. It's hardened and solidified in your drain line because those bugs and critters, they don't die. They multiply in all kind of different bugs. So eliminate the food source. Don't let them multiply on you like that. Just let the product do the work. Let it sit. Give it 10 minutes, and you'll see that drain line's burping and gurgling, and things are going down there. Now, what I want to show you is that this is exactly how you mix it. Tina, here it is. Okay, so I've got an application of our SuperFast Max, and I've got a cup of hot water. You see it steaming there? Watch this reaction. When you pour our SuperFast Max into the cup of hot water, you'll see it activate. You'll see it bubble and gurgle, and it's activating. You see that there? Now you can stir it and pour it right down that drain line. It's ready to go. It's been dissolved. Now, I got to show you this because hair is the #1 culprit when it comes to your clogs at home. I'm going to pour that right over the hair there. And I have a time-lapse video for you to see. I want you to see with this time-lapse video what this does to hair. Because if you have pet hair, human hair, fuzz, lint, or fur, it takes 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes for the hair to turn into foam. So you pour that right over the hair, and it breaks down the hair in 10 minutes. It's absolutely amazing. Remember, all the clogs, the hair is the #1 culprit when it comes to the clog. So you got to eliminate the clog, because if you don't, here you go. Say hello to my little friend. You don't want your drain lines looking like that. You wash your dog, your cat one time, and that's what it looks like. Now remember, 48 applications. You can clean and clear your drain lines 48 times. That's cleaning power. That's value right there. That's the buying power of HSN. Now, here it is. Okay, remember, the dynamic way that SuperFast works. You mix it, you pour it down the drain line, and you get 48 applications. 48 applications. That you can be cleaning your drain lines for the next 48 months. Or 48 weeks, depending on how much, how active you are at home, and it works. So now I got to show you this. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to your cleaning at home for your drains. SuperFast. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a side-by-side. I've got this big old consumer product, test tube #1. Test tube #2, here's our proprietary SuperFast, our proprietary ingredients. I poured about 6 to 8 ounces down there. test tube number 1. Here we go. I'm going to pour the whole bottle this time. They say use half that bottle. Well, here's that whole bottle. Right off top, what you'll see is things start expanding in the drain line, test tube number 1, because of the heat. It starts to build heat right away. You got acid, you got ammonia, you got bleach in there mixing, and the chemicals are sitting at the bottom of that pipe just heating up. You see all that acid in there? That's too much. You can't leave all that sitting in your pipes because it'll break them down. SuperFast Max, meanwhile, back at the ranch, SuperFast Max is going to work and cleaning the drain line. There's no heat index. There's no heat index. It's cleaning and clearing that drain line, declogging.
Amos, let me remind everyone, this is a this day only configuration. This is new. When you see the new and exclusive, it's because we're doing a 2-pack on this. You are getting 2 of the 12-ounce bottles. That's where they come up with that 48 application that we keep talking about. After midnight tonight, you can go back on hsn.com and you'll find one of these for $42. Tonight at midnight, this exclusive deal is not going to be here. So I just don't want you to go tomorrow on hsn.com and put this in and then be mad at me. So I want to make sure you know, midnight tonight, this will go away. Midnight tonight or whatever we have available, whichever one comes first. And Amos, when we're talking about having that 48, applications, think about, it slowly happens to you. You start realizing your drain is going a little bit slower, right? And you get the little puddle of water. Having this available right when you feel that in your home is priceless.
Yeah, it is. It's priceless because that's a critical moment. If you're conscious of your dollars, let me explain, okay? This configuration is a SuperFast that you all know and love by my dad, Professor Amos. We've been selling it there at HSN since 2003, okay? Now, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles there. Our SuperFast Max, here's if you're conscious of your dollar. This replaces all those bottles there. It makes 48 applications. Now, what I want to show you is I mixed it in the cup here. I'm going to pour that. And you're probably wondering, that works. That's strong. That stuff is so strong. Is it safe? Now, SuperFast Max is safe on your kitchen sink, your drain lines. It's safe on the copper lines. It's safe on the PVC. It's safe on the galvanized steel. Yes, if you have a septic tank. Do you have a septic tank at home? Ask yourself that. This is safe on the septic system, the septic tank. Tina, I even use it in my RV tank, my boat tank. It's absolutely perfect for that, for those critical times where you might be standing in somebody else's bath water, or you just have a drain odor, a drain gas. You got to get rid of that. That'll scare the kids, the children. They get scared when they smell that drain gas coming back up out of there. So use our...
Okay, we're gonna let Amos pour this in, but I'm gonna remind you one more time, this 2-pack, that 48 applications, this price of under $40 for 2, it's only until midnight tonight. So use the item number 709284 to get 2 of these. I know we're very busy, Amos, between the Today Special and the other items you've brought us. Make sure that you guys go to hsn.com or use your app to check out. Amos, one more time, we get a little bit of...
Happy dance. Come on. Do the happy dance.